Really, I have a message to the international community, and I want to thank them for their support of Egypt and for really turning a blind eye to all the things that are happening of rights violations and understanding that this is part of the war on terror. I want to thank them for giving support to our great president, El-Sisi. Despite the mass killings and the mass executions, which were necessary, by the way, and I'm sure you understand because of your support, and that I'm very, very glad that the corruption that in my country has not led to you stopping your investments and your aid. Thank you for a lot of commitment on your side to being alongside Egypt in its tumultuous path to freedom. Thank you as well for not pressuring us for a parliament. I know that it's part of the democratic transition, but at the moment, as you can see, and you've attested that Sisi is a great leader who can do it without a parliament. All the laws that he's issued, irrespective of the constitutionality, which I think we'll figure out eventually after we silence all opposition to Egypt's great leaders. So far there have been a lot of journalists who have created a lot of havoc for us, and luckily our president has been able to put them in check by sending a lot of them to prison. So I want to thank you for really understanding the necessity of this and continuing our support. Continuing your support for us, of course, that's what I mean. But the only thing that I have that is a little problematic is that some of your journalists are still talking about rights and these things that don't factor into your decisions. Like if there is a way that you can put them in check, please. I mean, I understand, of course, that the rights question does not come into the equation right now. I mean, it doesn't factor into any of the decisions, as is obvious by the commitment that you have for our government. The rhetoric sort of annoys a few people, though. So if you're gonna support us, don't mention the prisoners. I mean, this just makes us look bad. Don't mention the torture, don't mention the rape that's been reported. It just makes us look bad, and you understand, and you've already supported us financially. I mean, you're sending us weapons, you're sending us support, so why are you bringing it up? It's obvious these things don't factor in. So my kind request is that you please try and not mention these things next time you meet Egyptian officials, because there is a great relationship between us and the international community. And recently, the journalists that have been jailed, I understand very well that it's something that a lot of the rights defenders, the people in the international community make a lot of fuss about. But I'm very grateful that the governments do not care at all about this. They will continue to support us, and I thank them for that. So my message really is one of both thanks and a recommendation. My thanks is for the international community for really supporting Egypt throughout this time, and despite military takeover and despite a massacre, they've been really there. They have faith in our system. Despite not having a democratic free press, despite not having just trials, despite the death sentences, despite not having parliament, they have stuck by us, and they've shown great support. And I understand that a lot of people in their countries think that the answer to their problems is just what Sisi has done, that they should kill the opposition, silence them, control the media, just for a while, until we have a real democratic transition. So I understand there's been a lot of support, but my comment is simply for the rhetoric. I mean, we know, and you've proven practically that it means nothing, so I would suggest that you refrain from it completely, because you are not Egyptian, you don't understand the Egyptian context, and I think it's just very deterring and not very productive if you bring up injustices and human rights violations, and the press should just really give the police a break. I mean, accidents happen. They kill people sometimes. They die out of torture sometimes. So you really shouldn't focus on that and just focus on supporting Egypt and giving it the support that it truly deserves. So thank you once again, but a request is please, let's not talk about rights, because it hurts some of our leaders' feelings.